Good evening. If you're just joining us, we are mere moments away from today's presidential press conference / State of the Poonian address. The air is absolutely buzzing with excitement, not just for all the new reveals and announcements we're sure to get over the course of the presentation, but because this event is also being held on the anniversary of his historic inauguration. However, there is an issue we need to attend to first. Many of our loyal viewers have been wondering why Rashida Kazuna has been absent from the program as of late. We wanted to take some time before releasing any kind of statement, to make sure we had all the facts of the situation. But alas, it appears to be the worst case scenario. Colonoscopades. Now with that out of the way, back to our main story. After a several-month change of venue, Awesome Sauce 4267 will return to his standard conference hall for tonight's event. For those unaware, the past several conferences had been held instead at a location of his choosing, that he felt more comfortable at. With such an historic anniversary on the horizon, we hope you at home will join us as we take a look back at the events that brought us all to the based gamertopia we live in today. It was the final few months leading up to the election. From the vast field of candidates, the race had been whittled down to just 3 remaining contenders. Now, obviously, political parties, elections, and democracies are all dated and anachronistic concepts that we don't have time to explain for anyone at home watching too young to remember. Kids, ask your parents. The 3 candidates left in the race were Astaire Farah Issa Sedeum, Awesome Sauce 4267, and a mummy. Bite Nero ran under the Establishment Party, Astaire ran under the Progressive Party, and Awesome Sauce ran under the Penis Party podcast. Awesome Sauce was ahead, but not by too substantial a margin, with Astaire following directly behind. Truly, it was believed to have been anyone's game at that point. 3 months before election night, Astaire took to the stage at a small rally in Kadantu to deliver an impassioned speech, pleading for an end to division, demanding an end to hate, and calling for a new era of peace between all species of all nations. The speech was so powerful, so beautiful, and so impactful that it changed the minds of everyone who heard it, regardless of their political affiliation. Men, women, children, the venue's janitorial staff, even nearby wildlife were said to be overwhelmed with emotion. It was considered the single greatest, most convincing political speech ever heard. However, later that night, Astaire would go in for surgery to remove a malignant face tumor on her nose that had affected her all her life. After the tumor was safely removed, Astaire became debilitatingly self-conscious about public images taken pre-removal. This led her to making the drastic decision to wipe her entire media history up to that point from public record, so no one could see what she used to look like. Social media, policy proposals, campaign slogans, public debate footage, and of course, the previous night's speech, all now considered lost to time. This severe action completely kneecapped Astaire's ability to campaign moving forward. In future public appearances, she would regularly make callbacks and allusions to her past statements that were no longer publicly available. This led to independents and undecideds being deeply confused whenever Astaire was given the mic in public debates from that point on. It is widely speculated by political historians and doctors of journalism that if Astaire had not done this, they might have changed the world. All that exists of that rally in Kodantu are a few candid pictures and fragments in the memories of the people in attendance that night. After a massive drop in the polls, Astaire's campaign came up with a compromise to their delete everything policy. They began to release shot-for-shot recreations of all Astaire's old public appearances, obviously starting from the beginning for continuity's sake, with a shot-on-location remake of their original fetal ultrasound video. They continued releasing recreations in order, making it all the way up to their primary school Kirk Fu recital, before being forced into hiding when President Awesome Sauce ordered the execution of all his political opponents under Order 69. Bite Nero was taken into custody. However, he could not be executed, as it was discovered that he could not die. Upon further research, it was found that he was immortal, and the secret to everlasting life was within his DNA. This key to immortality was quickly extracted and injected into President Awesome Sauce. He then copyrighted the molecular sequence required to recreate the immortality serum, and discarded all remaining vials. BK Nero was then frozen in amber and placed deep underground in an unknown location. Oh, will you look at that? Looks like we'll have to cut this trip down memory lane short. The conference seems to be starting early. So sit back, relax, grab a glass of milk, and as always, the presidential address contains strong language, violence, and some adult situations. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.